with another video for you today. This is Dahlia, this is Sebastian, or I'm Sebastian, this is Dahlia.
I'm Dahlia.
Today we're doing a top 10 designer oud fragrances video where Dahlia ranks.
I did.
Cool. 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, I ranked a top 5 designer oud fragrances. And what I'm referring to designer is fragrances that are from the designers, of course, that are under $100. You can get these for pretty inexpensively. Some are more expensive than others, but I'm putting together 10. Oh, I did put together 10, and Dahlia's ranked them.
And this is where Dahlia offends everyone again.
So if you want to find out these fragrances, please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. If this is your first time tuning into the channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, finding out about new fragrances, discovering new brands, and of course participating in giveaways and still haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So, do you like oud?
I sometimes like oud.
You do?
I like the romance of the agarwood, like that the trees that survive whatever the tree sickness is, like have this beautiful smell.
The disease.
Yes, and then the survivors get cut down and made into fragrance. Like, it's heartbreaking and beautiful, and actually oud is one of these things where when it's good, it's really, really good, and I love it. And when it's really, really animalic, I don't always love it.
I can see that.
Yeah. But
we do love the night though, don't we, from Frederick Mall?
We love everything except the price tag.
The price tag is pretty outrageous.
But, you know, I mean, killing the survivors, so.
But anyway, these ouds are all under $100, and I think these are all synthetic ouds. They're not the real deal.
I don't see how it could be at those price points.
No.
But.
I mean, some of these are as low as $30, so these are not the real authentic ouds.
Which is, you know, the trees get to live.
Yeah, they do. So, at number 10...
Yves Saint Laurent, M7.
M7 Oud ABSOLU, this one right here.
You said this was the first designer oud.
Well, actually, this version is not, but the previous version was the very first designer oud that came out in 2001 when Tom Ford worked for Yves Saint Laurent for 1 year. So he released that oud. But this is Oud ABSOLU. It was reformulated, redesigned in this bottle. So what did you like about this one, and what did you not like about it?
This had, how do I say this?
But you know what? Before you explain it to us, this one currently is retailing about $66 for a 75 ml bottle, I believe. And this one also has notes of oud, patchouli, myrrh, orange, and labdanum. So I get a major orangey and resinous experience with this one, with the oud. So is that what you got with it as well? I
didn't get a lot of oud, really. I kind of got everything else. I like it. It wasn't very oudy to my nose. I got a lot of myrrh and patchouli and labdanum, and it's almost like the oud is sort of not forgotten, not there, but just sort of like in a line behind all of the other. It's very nice, but I was trying very hard to rank things in oud order.
Cool. That's what we want.
Yes, it was hard work.
So if you want an oud, don't go for this one.
No, but if you want something that smells really nice and is at a good price point, you could go for that one.
So this one I bought before in the past for around $35. I see that the price has crept up to $66 at the discounters. So I don't know if there's a shortage, but I have a personal feeling this will get discontinued. Or they'll redo it because they're discontinuing some of the fragrances in these bottles. Like, for example, Rive Gauche Pour Homme is discontinued, and one other one was discontinued. So I don't know how long it'll stay around, but get yourself a bottle if you really want this. So $66 for the M7 Oud ABSOLU from the house of YSL. And so the next one is Vince Camuto Smoked Oud, and I have to say there's 2 oud fragrances from this house on this list. So this one currently is retailing for about $32 at the discounters. You've got Rose, Incense, Smoke, Amber, Oud, and Juniper. This one, to me, kind of smells like a gourmand rose oud for some odd reason. I don't know.
There is something fruity about it, even though it's not fruity. And the gourmand quality is not typically something I like very much, but there's more of an oud smell to this one than the YSL, so it's higher, but I actually like the YSL one overall better, if that makes sense.
So you rank these because there's more oud in here?
Yes.
So the last one didn't have hardly any oud. You didn't get the oud much.
Right.
Do you like the rose in here? You tend to,
kinda jammy.
yeah, it's jammy rose. It's syrupy.
Yes.
Do you like the rose part?
Yeah.
And it's called smoked oud. Do you get much smoke from it?
No.
I don't get a lot of smoke.
No. It's a rosy kind of a...
Anyway, guys, this is Vince CAMUTO Smoked Oud, and that's at number 9. Actually, guys, there is a video that I did with this oud and the other oud from this house. Check it out if you are curious. They're great value. For $32, you can't go wrong, right? $100, not even $100 for 100 ml. The next one, number 8, it's Boss Bottled Oud. This one currently is retailing for about $38. This one has oud, apple, sandalwood, cinnamon, saffron, cloves. So it's a spicy, fruity oud. Thoughts on this one?
I love this.
You love it?
I shouldn't. I do.
It is not you at all.
It's not me at all. I love it.
But why did you put it at the bottom?
This is super nostalgic for me. Somebody in my life wore this. And I cannot for the life of me think who. I really, really like this. This started at number 1, and then I had to be like, oh no, it's not oudy enough, but it's kind of almost aquatic. It's very fresh. It's very juicy.
Yeah, the apples are very juicy in here.
And it's like the YSL in that the oud maybe isn't like hugely oudy, but there's definitely oud there, and it's... I think I love this because it has some scent memory that I can't quite place.
Wow, I love it when that happens. But I love to figure out why I'm getting that scent memory.
Oh, I love somebody wore this.
Somebody wore this. But a great price for $38.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Don't even, yeah.
100 ml.
And it's not retro, by the way. It doesn't smell like outdated.
Does it smell a little moldy to you?
No, what?
I get a little mold in there.
I kind of like a little mold, so maybe that's not a bad thing. It's
not a bad thing.
No, like almost like a stairwell, you know, like how sometimes they're a little damp. There's
dampness.
a dampness.
There was a dampness, yeah.
Yeah, not mold like in a gross way,
Yeah.
but like I'd like that.
Yeah.
That somebody in my life wore that. That's
Interesting.
I really like that. It was this one, seriously, you guys.
Yeah, she started this at number 1.
But for my scent memory that I apparently don't remember anymore, which is tragic. But I really like it.
Cool. Boss Bottled Oud at number 8. And the next one at number 7, it's D&G Dolce & Gabbana, The One Mysterious Night. This one right here. This one is currently retailing for about $85 at the discounters for 100 ml. This one's all about rose, oud, amber, saffron, clary, sage, labdanum. And it's a very oud and rose combo.
It's a very oudy oud. This one is dirty oud. This is... again, we're guessing that it's synthetic because at this price point it would have to be. But this has that more, what I associate as being a more Middle Eastern kind of
Yeah, absolutely.
combination or feel to it. And it's a...
Hello.
Oh, well, there you go. Let us show that. Ta-da! So it's very... It settles down. It doesn't stay super, super animalic. It balances really well with the rose and the oud. And the oud is quite prominent, but it's more animalic than I personally care for. But in terms
really?
of... Yeah, but in terms of like oudiness, this is the oudiest of the ouds we've seen so far. Okay.
Do you get a lot of the saffron? I get a lot of saffron. And there's also that leathery undertone there with the fragrance, which I really like. It has
the leather is definitely a major factor here. Yeah, it's like, so if the Vince CAMUTO one had like that jammy rose oud thing, this does too, but the leather is what makes it different from those other, there's a lot of jammy rose and ouds in the designer space, and this, the leather kind of sets that one apart.
It's a popular combo.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is.
I think there's almost like a hookah smell that jammy rose plus oud has. It's not
a tobacco kind of something,
or like one of those, they're not real, whatever those things that people
e-cigarettes.
Well, there's some, I don't know what they're, I'm
never tried
outside of pop culture these days. I don't really know what people are doing, but there is a sweet sort of something that somebody smokes who isn't me.
Makes sense. Absolutely right.
That's nice of you to say, because I don't think that made any sense at all.
It does make sense. So this is D&G Dolce & Gabbana, The One Mysterious Night. Doesn't smell anything like the original The One, guys. I get maybe like a faint similarity to the original The One, but this is more about the Middle Eastern oud and rose combo. Anyway, that one currently is retailing for about $85 as mentioned. Back again, this is Vince CAMUTO Oud. This one came out before smoked oud, and this one was ranked higher by Dahlia.
By me. I did rank it higher.
This one is...
It's an oudier oud.
It's Oudi Oud. It's $33 currently at the discounters. It's oud leather, cedarwood, amber, pink pepper, sandalwood. Go check out my video comparing this one to the smoked oud. But what did you like about this one?
The leather.
You like that about it?
Mm-hmm. It's sometimes leather has almost like a slimy's not the right word, but there's a texture to the smell that I don't care for.
Oh.
Sometimes, like almost like too many tannins or something. If I could pretend that I know anything about the leather process, and somebody on the internet would call me on it, and I would deserve it. But sometimes there's a quality in leather that I just don't care for, and this is a leather I really like. So what sets this one apart and puts it ahead of the other one is I feel like the jammy rose oud thing is played out. It
is. It really is.
I just don't.
We even did a video
anymore.
about rose and oud. Remember?
Well, okay, but there are some rose oud combos that are
phenomenal.
That I will never get tired of ever until I die. Basically, bury it with me. Like I'm talking to you, Paolo. But this particular designer jammy rose oud thing, like I'm over it, and
That's like, why you gave me your Perry Ellis?
Yeah, I don't want it anymore. Thanks. Maybe somebody else will love it. I will never come back to it either. It's not like I'm done with it and I'm going to rediscover it. It's just like I actually never want to smell it again.
Okay.
So this one isn't that. It's not. I don't think there's rose in it.
No, there's no rose in this one. That's why they have two different ones.
It's a nice combination. It's a nice,
I think it's
leathery oud. Yeah, it's nice. It's balanced. It's not overpowering.
I feel like this is their answer to Oud Wood by Tom Ford. Oh. Sadly, Tom Ford does not have a designer oud, even though they have designer collection, like the signature collection oud.
You've worn this. How does it wear?
It's simple. I feel like this is, like I said, it's like a classy oud. It's a synthetic oud. There's a little bit of leather. There's lots of woody tones to it. It settles to a little bit of amber and sandalwood, but there's a spiciness from the pink pepper that's in here.
It's accessible.
Very easy to wear, I think. Mm-hmm. Anyway, synthetic ouds are easier to wear than animalic real ouds.
Animalic ouds are very difficult. When they're good, they're very, very good, and when they're animalic, they make me kind of like my eyes tear up and I just am weeping in a corner. All right. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I know what happens. I've seen her.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Vince CAMUTO Oud, currently retailing for about $33 at the discounters. Great. Check it out. At number 5, going to the house of VERSACE. I recently learned that you're not supposed to say Versace.
What is it?
I don't know.
VERSACE?
VERSACE?
No, it's
Versace? Versace?
What is it?
Versace. Versace.
Versace. Somebody tell us what we're doing wrong.
This is Oud Noir, currently retailing for about $60 at the discounters. I picked it up for about 45 years ago. This has notes of oud, saffron, black pepper, olibanum, cardamom, bitter orange. Thoughts on this one? To me, this one, myself, is a very rough oud. Even though it's a synthetic designer oud, there are some rough notes under there. I feel like the cardamom that's really mixed with that spicy black pepper and the smoky olibanum makes it kind of like rough. Like,
yeah,
everything is chopped and it's loose, not blended very well.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, but what I smell is it's very in keeping with the Versace, however you say it, brand kind of like identity. Them and like Roberto Cavalli, or however you say, I'm sure I'm saying that one wrong, but it's very sex forward. It's very like, very much a part of their DNA or identity is sex and sexuality. And this is a very sexy kind of, I don't know what it's a sexy oud. The bitter orange keeps it from being the dirty, even though that animalic quality is there. It feels like leather, but there's no leather in it.
To me, it also smells like the cardamom in here does remind me a little bit of the oud wood from Tom Ford, a little bit, but I feel like the cardamom in here is a little too strong. it starts reminding me of Turkish coffee with cardamom, or
This
Middle
is
Eastern
distracting.
coffee.
This is a distracting oud. This is
It throws me off.
yeah, it's distracting. But like some of these, you could like one of the Vince CAMUTOs you could probably wear to work and not get away with it, but like not offend people. And if you wore this, I think you'd. It's almost more of like a date night kind of a.
It is sexy. You're right.
Yeah.
I agree. I definitely is sexy. That spiciness.
It's sex forward. It's very. It's not sexy in like a musky kind of way. It's sexy in a like leather jacket motorcycle.
Bad boy.
Good hair.
Good hair.
Good hair.
All right, when I'm not wearing a hat. Anyway, that's VERSACE or Versace.
Yeah, somebody tell us.
Oud Noir. All right, this next one is from the house of Ralph Lauren. This is Supreme Oud, currently going for $70. But this is not 100 ml like the other ones. Although I didn't mention the YSL is like a 75 or 80 ml bottle. Everything else has been 100 ml, the pricing I give you. This is 120 ml for about $70, so you get a lot more juice for the price. This is, to me, similar to the Tom Ford oud wood kind of a combo, but this one you have oud, cinnamon, guaiac wood, pink pepper, vetiver. It's a nice, classy oud to me, and I feel like the ranking is perfect for this one.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So the last three have reminded him of Tom Ford oud wood, which maybe is another extension of my Tom Ford like crush thing that I have going on.
Maybe you.
I do think he's so cool.
Yeah.
He's so cool. But this one, I wrote myself a note actually that it smells like dirty alcoholic syrup, which it does though, but in a good way. I don't think these last three smell similar at all. I don't.
No. When I'm saying that, I feel like it's the base. These
the oud ingredient.
Well, no, I think these were inspired by that particular because it's so popular.
Okay.
These, I think, they looked at that and they created their own take on it because this one doesn't have cardamom; it has cinnamon instead of it.
I like it.
You like it?
I don't get the cinnamon at all. At first spray,
There's a warmness as soon as you smell it, it's like the cinnamon's right there.
Guaiac is a warm wood.
It's a soft, warm, creamy, warm wood.
Yes, warm, not worm. Worm wood is something else, but a warm, soothing kind of wood.
Oh, I see what you're trying to refer to. Warm wood.
Yeah,
it's a warm,
I was
hot
being
wood.
Punny. Apologies.
It's not warm wood that you would get drunk on.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absinthe
Or get high on.
conversations reference other videos, but I like this one.
It's a good one.
I don't know what context this makes sense for. I don't know, I don't have a point in my day where I think, dirty alcoholic syrup. But maybe I need to reconsider that because I like this one. This.
If I ever make a perfume, I'm going to call it Dirty Alcoholic Syrup.
I'll buy it because Supreme.
I love that name.
Dirty alcoholic syrup. But that's where it starts. But then it kind of softens into the more guaiac wood, and maybe it's the pepper more that I'm getting than the cinnamon.
Wow, I get cinnamon right off the bat because I'm obsessed with cinnamon. I love canela or canel. Do you like canela?
What is that?
Cinnamon in Spanish and French.
Oh. I prefer cinnamon.
Do you want me to tell it to you in Armenian?
Yes.
Darchin.
Ooh. Awesome. I think it's
I don't know it in Arabic. I do know it in
cinnamon probably.
Cinnamon?
Probably.
Maybe it's cinnamon. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, probably not because there's not an H. But I prefer cinnamon and savory. I don't really like cinnamon and sweet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like cinnamon rolls are kind of
Oh, yeah. That smells kind of
just
annoying.
extra.
Yeah, I don't like the cinnamon roll smell.
Right.
Anyway, going back to Ralph Lauren, this is Supreme Oud.
I like it.
Check it out. So at number 3, going to the house of Banana Republic, another designer, and this is Oud Mosaic 17, or 17 Oud Mosaic.
This was such a surprise. This one's nice.
This is, you know what it reminds me of?
No.
This is like a cheap version or inexpensive version of Oud Ispahan from Dior.
Okay.
This is an animalic one too.
It is, but not like too animalic. It's not the kind I can't handle. This is exactly the right amount of animalic.
Yeah.
Super, super, super wearable in a good way, I think.
So this is Banana Republic 17 Oud Mosaic, currently at the discounters for $29. This is an 80 ml bottle. It's oud, rose, plum, saffron, cardamom, black pepper. Gorgeous.
Like some of the other ones on this list, it makes me think of leather, even though there isn't leather in it.
The saffron always comes off leathery to me. Saffron has
might
a
be.
leather accord.
And this, I mean, it seems like this would wear really well for daytime. It has a little touch of the Versace kind of like bad boy-ness, but not as bad. That's a much better bad boy.
I feel like the rose tones down the bad boyness.
Yeah, but this is also a smoother kind of a, it's not as jangly.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it seems like this would probably wear, it's not a beast. It's probably a little closer, but I feel like that would be great for daytime, and it has a little je ne sais quoi.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Anyway, Banana Republic Oud Mosaic, or 17 Oud Mosaic, currently at the discounters for $29, guys, so check it out. So at number 2, going to the house of Gucci. This is Gucci Guilty Oud. This one right here. Sadly, this is the most expensive out of all of them, but I did find some testers online for $60. It's also an odd size. It's a 90 ml bottle, not 100 ml. This is created by Alberto Moria, who is making all the perfumes for the house currently. This one has oud rose, blackberry patchouli, leather, and amber. Really nice.
I feel like the patchouli might have edged this one up the ranking. The rose and the blackberry together are beautiful. The leather is a leather that I like. The oud is the right kind of oudiness. This is good.
It's a winner.
It is. It's not too jammy rose oud as previously discussed. It's good.
So there's one negative about this particular fragrance. I feel like when this came out, they kind of decided to forget about Gucci Intense Oud, which we both love. We've done a video about that one. That one's completely hard to find.
I have that.
You have it too? Mm-hmm. You bought it? But this one also reminds me of Gucci Guilty Absolute Parfum. They took the rose.
Blackberry one.
Yeah, they took the rose and the blackberry from there. They took the oud from the Gucci Intense Oud. Maybe they took something from the men's Gucci Guilty Absolute Parfum.
But it's very elevated. It has a very higher end feel, I think.
Like Nishi?
Well, no, let's not get crazy. But for a designer, it feels more high end.
High end, okay.
And it's not just because and I don't know if it was the oud one that had the Chris Evans ad. I think that was just Gucci Guilty.
No, yeah, he was not doing the ouds.
No, but those were great.
Yeah.
That was a good ad campaign.
Yeah. And then what's his name? Jared Leto's been doing him too.
What?
Jared Leto and Lana Del Rey.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Anyway, Gucci Guilty Oud is number 2.
Number 1 on this list surprised you.
I'm very surprised at this one.
I don't know why you're so surprised. It's
John
really good.
VARVATOS Oud.
Okay, so now in terms of the bottle, I hate this. But I really like the juice, and I think it's the Incense Oud is unexpected. But tell them about it.
So this one is currently retailing for about $48 at the discounters. So you've got incense, you've got oud, rose, tobacco, leather, cinnamon. I think it's a good oud. This is, again, one of those ouds. I think, personally, these ouds, the designer ouds, are all inspired off of that Tom Ford oud wood, because that's been such a popular fragrance. And they kind of hint at it, too, when you smell them. But this has its own uniqueness about it.
This one is... it's a good incense, it's a good rose, it's a good leather, it's a good oud, it's
good
not...
oud.
Yeah, it's not too animalic, it's not too sort of light and fresh, which just doesn't do it for me. It's a great combination. It's not niche-y, but it's a nice designer offering.
Better than the Gucci.
I feel like it has more versatility.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. I hate the bottle, though. I hate the bottle. I wouldn't even try it on a shelf. If he hadn't pulled the list ahead of time, I would have just like walked right past it, but I end up really liking it.
This one also has, after I'm smelling it, I'm remembering it. It has like a resinous touch to it as well. I think there's like a myrrh note.
Incense. Yeah, it says it's listed as incense as well as myrrh and a cinnamon, which you like cinnamon.
Interesting, yeah. I like it. Again, I think these are all kind of inspired by... I'm not sure it's 100% inspired by him, but Tom Ford's Oud Wood came so long ago, and I think these came after. I personally think they look at those and they go, okay, we want to create something. We don't want to copy it. We're going to do our own take, but they're going to use the same synthetic oud and add their own notes and things like that and come up with it. It's a good oud. I like it.
It's a good oud. I
Good
like it.
oud.
And it's that, I mean, anybody who's designing designer fragrances, who's watching this, please no more jammy roses.
Anyway, these are top 10 designer oud fragrances ranked by Dahlia.
Yeah, so no hate for him. You can just hate me.
If you have any questions or comments, guys, please list below. If you have any recommendations for inexpensive designer fragrances that are not in the luxury collections or the private blends and things like that are under $100, please do put comment down so that I can find out for future videos. Other than that, please like this video, please share it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.
What?
There were rats in New York City.
Oh.
And I saw a rat in the theater the other day. I was so freaked out. We were like, we're not sitting in here.
Maybe you should move down.
There's rats there too!
No.
Oh my god, this rat was huge and he was like running under the chairs.
There's like hawks. They eat the rats.
We need some hawks here. Well, maybe the homeless people will eat the rats.
No, because there's free food in like every corner of the city.
There is free food. Yeah. But there's lots of popcorn in the theaters. I think the rats like them.
Oh, gross. I'm never going to go to a theater again.
But you know what? If you're ever thinking about putting your tub of popcorn on the floor
Stop.
and the rat goes inside and you're digging.
Oh.
Here I am!
This is like a horror movie. That's like scarier than It. All 3 hours of it.
And we went and saw it too.
I was there.
That was not a very good movie.
It wasn't.
Sadly.
No, because it was just like, why was he an alien? What happened?
Leave it to Stephen King to come up with those.
Well, it's sort of like the jokes that he was making with Scottish guy.
Oh.
Where he was just like, oh, well, your ending sucked. And it's kind of like, yeah. Why was he an alien?
I don't know.
It wasn't very, okay. Well, I mean, it was beautifully cinematic.
It was nice. It's just a little too long, 3.5 hours.
Oh my god.
I had to go to the
But
bathroom
it was
so
two
badly.
movies, too. There was like the whole other movie that came beforehand. So it was really like 6 hours.
Yeah, it's a miniseries. Duh, they already had a miniseries back in the late 80s. What the hell?
Why? I feel like if Tim Curry does anything, you should really just leave it.
Really?
It would
No,
be like remaking Rocky
I think they're going to
Horror.
milk everything.
I don't approve.
All right. They're going to milk the little rats in the theater. On that note, what are we talking about today?
I just have a visual right now. Give me a minute.